We have explained how to group text and elements in a block. Let's talk about how to group text and elements in what? In an inline form. So we use what? Span. The span element acts like an inline equivalent of the div. So the div is a block element, but the span is what? It's an inline element, which means that it can contain a section of text where there are no other suitable elements to differentiate it from its surrounding text. I'll give you an example and I'm going to explain it. Second, the span also can what? Contain a number of inline elements within it. The most common reason why people use span, okay, is so that they can control the appearance of the content of this element using what? CSS. So we have a lot to explain in CSS. Also, you will see that a class or an ID attribute is used with span. One, to explain the purpose of this span, make it clearer to you and others. In the span, you can either include what? A class attribute or an ID attribute, so that CSS styles can be what? Applied to elements that have specific values for these attributes. So as you can see in the example here, this is span, and span is grouping of what? Is grouping element and text inline. It has an attribute of what? Class and the value artist. This allows us to what? To style this particular text within this span, or the group of elements within this span, with the same style in CSS. When you get to CSS, you are going to understand all these elements and how it works properly. I do not want to mix them up and introduce CSS whilst we are doing HTML. When we are done with HTML proper, we enter into CSS. Then you know how to what? How to apply styles to what? To all the elements.